I'm just curious, how did your mom react when you said you didn't want to go to med school?
She was surprisingly very understanding, but one reason was because of the pandemic. Because she was scared. She was like, "Oh, the hospitals aren't shutting down during this type of situation. Like, I don't want you to be a doctor anymore because I don't want you to get risk of getting sick." And so I guess it kind of worked out because but I still want to work in a hospital, so it doesn't really. But yeah, she was very understanding. I mean, all of a sudden she was like, "Why don't you do computer science like your sister so you can work from home?" And it was just too late at that point to change majors because I was pretty much in my junior year. Like I would have to be in school for like another couple years. So
Yeah, you're almost.
yeah.
I totally understand. I wouldn't want to do that either.
I think the only time that I felt like that was in sports, because with school and stuff, like they're always, overestimating. So hardly. I mean, in college, yeah, like because professors just are very smart and they think that you're dumb, and but I think it was more of like a just general class. Like they just would underestimate our class, not just me. So. Actually, the only job that I've had so far was at a clinic, but it was run by all black women. So, no. No. In the future, I sure hope not, but I have no idea. I mean, you just can't really ever know, you know? And I wouldn't even know what to do in that situation. So, I don't know. We'll just get there when we get there.
Yeah, you just have to kind of deal with it, unfortunately.
No, I actually think my mental health has improved a lot because of pandemic. Just because like I said, I had so much time to do stuff. Like I was working out, I was eating healthy, and just I had more time to keep up with my relationships and all of that. So I actually think my mental health has improved after quarantine, which is very weird to say, but yeah. I think that's a very good definition, very encompassing definition as well. I just think that yes, like I have experienced that, and a lot of minorities do, and I think it's something that a lot of white people don't understand is that like even when something is not happening at the moment, like there's always this psychological stress that you're being discriminated against, or something might happen because of your race, and that's just something that takes a toll on a person. Because I mean, if you're constantly going through life, your everyday routine, and you're having to think like, oh, did that person treat me like this because of my race, or it's really tiring. And I think that's something that white people don't understand is whenever we say that they have white privilege, that's one of the things that white privilege includes, is that they don't have to be thinking about all of this stuff when they go through their day-to-day life. So.
And would you say that you personally have some thoughts like similar to that, where was I treated because of my race, or different little disparities similar to what you just described?
Yeah, I think one example was on the bus, the JAG tram at school. the lady who drives the Jag train, like she would say like have a good day to everybody when they're getting off. But then when I was getting off, and she didn't say anything to me, and it was just a really little thing. But then I got off and I was like, I was so prepared to tell her like, oh, have a nice day, thank you, but she didn't say anything, you know. And so I just thought, is it because my race or what's happening here, you know? But I guess I'll never really know. But
yeah, but just the thought that might happen, yeah, can affect you.
No, just me. I had to quit my job at the clinic because my grandparents live with us, and I didn't want to be like exposed to all of that. So. Yeah, I definitely think so. Just most of on Twitter, I see a lot of posts about, obviously about Black people being discriminated against, but then just sometimes I see these posts where it's an Asian woman, or like there's this one specific post, it was an Asian woman who owns like a restaurant, and there's just a group of Black young men who were, you know, they were refusing to pay, or like they're kind of like making fun of her, like calling her like Ching and stuff, and like mocking her language, and I expected the comments to kind of support the woman a little bit more, because she was obviously being harassed, but they weren't. And it was a lot of people in the comments who were just agreeing with the Black boys, and I was just kind of like why is this happening? I don't understand why they were acting like it was okay for this to happen. But then on the other hand, you know, like obviously it's so wrong whenever, I don't know, this is a very hard topic, you know. There's just been a couple of times in my life where I was playing volleyball, and I remember I was getting a ball. Sorry, I was running to get a ball, and there were these boys on the bleachers. They were all Black, and they just started like yelling at me, Asian stereotypes, or making fun of language, you know, like there'd be like whatever they do where they're like super, you know, like just trying to mock Asian language, and like saying like, hey, ching chong, and all this stuff. And I was just so sad. Like I just walked away. I couldn't really say anything, and just those kind of circumstances, they made me think like, why is this happening? Like, why can't we're all kind of, you know, we should recognize each other's struggles, because they're different, and we have to be able to see that in order to fight general minority struggles. We have to work together, and it just kind of sucks that has, you know. I think we talked about this a little bit earlier, but yeah, because people don't realize that Asians, they had to go through a lot of the same stuff, like after they came to America. Like they still had to work really hard just from nothing and build something, and so the stereotype, it makes it seem like it's so much easier for us to do stuff, and that's really not the case. Like we still have to work hard. We still have to, I don't know. We still have to work hard. We don't get freebies, you know. We're not the same as like white people who, a lot of them don't work hard at all and still get, you know, the same results. But we still have to do stuff, and that kind of stereotype, it just makes all of anybody's success just diminished. Like, it just makes it feel like it was for nothing, you know. It makes me feel so sad that this is a thing, and that there's not enough publications about it. Like, nobody's really talking about it, you know, because I get on Twitter a lot, but I don't see it as much on Twitter. Like, it's not trending. Nobody's talking about it, or nobody was talking about it, and they just kind of put it aside as if it wasn't an issue, and it obviously is. So it bothers me a lot that. I think I want to say that if they are going through something, or they have a conversation with people or anything, if it makes you feel uncomfortable in any way, your feelings are validated. Don't feel like you're overthinking it, you're overreacting, because more chances than not, you are absolutely right. Like, something is going on here, and I think I just want them to know that, like, whatever they're feeling, like, just take it and, like, just evaluate it and try to do something about it, because I mean, your feelings are so validated. Like, if you feel like you're being discriminated against, or even if you don't realize it, like, you may not even realize that you're being discriminated against, you might just feel like something's off, then just I think we need to, like, stand up for ourselves more and just kind of take control of our lives and of our stereotypes. So, yeah.
Well, thank you again for coming out to interview.
No problem.
I really appreciate it.